Have you ever considered selling a home on your own? Do you think you could do a better job than the realtors that are out there because of the internet and technology available? If you say yes to any of those questions, check out this episode of Tom's Take right now to go over 4 things to consider before trying to buy or sell a property on your own. Welcome to Tom's Take. I'm Tom Toole. Always appreciate your attention to what we're putting out there and the advice we're trying to give to consumers. This week, I wanted to go over something that really hit me kind of hard over the weekend. I was working with a potential client. They were selling on their own. I was concerned for them because it looked like they would be leaving money on the table and just taking the first offer that came in. The home was priced in the mid 500 range, and I'm not going to give away names or addresses or anything like that. Priced in the mid fives. I was 100% clear the home would sell for at least $550,000, if not maybe a little more. Followed up with them, met with them a few times. We spoke on Saturday, and they accepted an offer for $475,000, $75,000 less than what I was clear I could sell the property for. That is a big number. You're talking about almost 15%. That's a huge number, huge number. So I don't want to see that happen to anyone else. Service is one of our core values here at our team. That's why we're putting out this information. So anyone that's thinking about going on their own, just be aware of the numbers and the data and what to expect, because it's not just about the price, it's also about what you're netting and what the process goes like. So let's run through a couple key pieces of things to consider to make sure you're doing the right thing for your family, which is all I really care about. Number one, according to the National Association of Realtors, and before I give you the data here, a lot of people hear National Association of Realtors, and their response is, of course they're going to share this. They're a realtor organization. Not the case. They have a duty to the public. It's very clear in their code of ethics what realtors need to do. So let's kind of put that aside and rather look at the data. Last year in 2017, the average home sold by owner went for $185,000. The average home listed by the realtor, or a realtor in the entire country, is $245,000. That's a difference of 24.4%. We are talking major dollars being left on the table. So what's clear is that when you hire an agent, yeah, there's some additional costs, no doubt about it, but you will walk away with more money. And that's the most important number here, the net. Not the price, not the top line, and not the costs, what you're walking away with. So do the math, make sure it makes sense for you. The second thing to consider is exposure. Many people, including agents, they have what I call a 3-point plan, where they put a site up, they stick it on the internet like Zillow or maybe Craigslist if you're for sale by owner or one of these other sites, and they wait for something to happen. That's the whole plan right there. And if that's the agent you end up are considering selecting versus selling on your own, yeah, you might be able to do a better job. My point is you hire a professional who understands exactly what can be done and how to properly market a home. You're looking at a couple things. Targeted Facebook advertising, mega open houses that are driving traffic from online and offline sources, making sure you have featured upgraded advertisements on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. These are just a few things that are going to drive more traffic to your home, get you a better result, and get more bodies through the door so you have more buyers to choose from and truly get the buyers to compete. So exposure is a major thing to consider, especially when comparing on your own versus an agent that's doing everything possible to sell the property. Number 3 is negotiations. There are a lot of negotiations that happen when you go through a sale. You have to negotiate the initial terms. You have to negotiate the price. So right away you're looking at price and terms before anything gets signed. Then there's the home inspection process. Then there's any sort of lender required repairs that need to get done, dealing with the municipal inspections. All these things that have to happen, there's a lot of negotiation that goes on. And what I found is a lot of people, when they go on their own, they think they sign the initial agreement and it's done. And it's just not the case. Or they take the first thing that comes in because they don't want to lose the deal. And that's where having a professional that does this for a living, just like when you go to the doctor to get a surgery or a procedure done, when you get your taxes done, you go to the accountant, you go to court with a lawyer. It's important to have someone that not only understands how to negotiate in these particular situations, but leads me to my next point, that understands the process. Because there is a lot of paperwork and process when it comes to selling a home. It's almost invasive. There's so many documents that need to get done, so many things that have to get done correctly and properly. If you hire an amateur, you're going to get amateur results. And when we're talking about your biggest asset, it is critical to make sure that whoever you're hiring to help you understands the process. A lot of times I'll talk to people that are selling on their own and their response is, hey, I got a real estate attorney, don't worry about it. And that would concern me a lot, because many real estate attorneys, they understand real estate law, they understand zoning, they don't understand the transaction process. It's what we do every day, and that's why you hire an agent. So if you're going the attorney route, ask them how much they understand the process. Make sure they know what the paperwork reads. This is critical. Attorneys are very useful in numerous situations. I love hiring attorneys because I know I hire them when I don't know what I'm doing. This is not the case. In Pennsylvania, unlike other states, so let's be clear about that, real estate attorneys are not necessary. They're not part of the transaction over 99% of the time. So knowing that's the case, who do you want? The people that do 1% of the transactions and facilitate those, or the people that do 99% of them? So in summation here, this is about making it easy and hassle-free for you, not only walking away with as much money as possible, but getting the right marketing and then getting to closing and handling all the negotiations. And if you're thinking about doing this on your own, just take all that into account. Some people are equipped for this, they can do it, and there is no doubt you can sell your home on your own. That is not what I am saying here. Rather, are you ready for all this? Do you want to be the point person for negotiations? Do you want to be making sure all the paperwork's right, understanding the process, and making sure you're netting the best return possible on what's probably your biggest asset? So if you've got specific questions, get in touch with me. All our information on social is going to appear at the back end of the video. We're here for you to help. We're ready to serve. And most importantly, if you know someone that's thinking about doing this on their own, I'd love you to share it with them so they can get educated as well and understand exactly what they're getting into. I'll catch everyone next week. Thanks for watching this episode of Tom Take. I'll talk to you soon.